The date is September 6, 2002. A successful businessman sees the woman of his dreams and realizes he cannot live without her in his life. He has one of his employees make introductions, and lo and behold, they go out to dinner that very night. Everything seems to be going great, but the businessman, who's usually tight with his wallet, decides that he's going to spend everything he has to impress her. By the end of the dinner, the bill is $100,000 and is a brutal example of poor money management. What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Kobe back with another video, and now that I've got your attention with another reference to a classic SpongeBob episode,
Scrumptious, curvy cutie,
I want to talk about actual people in real life making not so great financial decisions. Yes, YouTube's favorite family, the Ace family, is back in the news, and today we're going to go talk about why I see them as a quintessential example of the dangers of making crazy money on YouTube super quickly. Now, I want to be clear, this is not going to be a hate video on the Ace family, so if you think it is, get out of here right away. I don't want to make hate videos on this channel. Let's stay away from the hate. Anyways, if you guys do enjoy this video, if you find some value, some insight, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, because we have a lot of fun on this channel. Fun! Anyways, with all that said, I hope you guys enjoy. Future Kobe, take it away. What does it mean to be YouTube royalty? In May 2006, the OG group Smosh had nearly 3,000 subscribers and were remarkably the biggest creators on the platform. 3 years later, in 2009, Fred became the first YouTube channel to hit 1 million subs. Among these retro channels on YouTube that defined the late 2000s, you could find similarities between them right away. Originality, character, and passion for the stories they were telling. Simply put, if you didn't absolutely love making videos, you wouldn't be making them. And the reason for this couldn't be any clearer. Nobody was making any money.
What?
Okay, that's a lie. Some people were making money, but it certainly wasn't the motivation for most YouTubers early on. Yes, I know it may sound like a crazy concept in 2021, but the flock of YouTube creators cashing in life-changing crazy dollars from making videos wasn't a well-known phenomenon until well into the 2010s decade. And you know what they say, when the opportunity pie presents itself, millions of people come out to get a piece of the action. In July 2016, Austin McBroom and Catherine Paz decided to start a YouTube channel called The Ace Family. Similar to how all types of different content on YouTube has exploded over recent years, the family vlogging couples channel niche was ripe and ready for disruption. A young, good-looking couple with a newborn willing to share their ups and downs through life with the internet was met with insatiable demand, and credit to Austin and Catherine, they capitalized to the highest order. In less than 1 year, the couple channel grew to 1 million subscribers, and within 2 years of that, they had become one of the biggest names on the platform. Apart from the YouTube views and subscribers that came in those 2 years, what I think remains the craziest moment that showed how large the movement had become was their Ace Family basketball charity event in 2019, where they were able to sell out the iconic Staples Center in Los Angeles in less than 60 seconds.
As of 3 minutes ago, we had 15,000 people in the waiting room.
15,000. Oh my
74
God.
tickets left?
Done.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Bro, we sold out in 1 minute, bro. The Staples Center.
That's why,
That shit's crazy.
Man, I just want to take a second, get on camera to appreciate how powerful YouTube can be. Here we see in 2016, the Ace family is doing boyfriend-girlfriend pranks, and less than 3 years later, they have sold out the entire Staples Center, the same place that LeBron James laces up his Nikes. Unbelievable. Now, as you can imagine with the newfound fame, came a level up in terms of the Ace family's wealth and perceived social standing among both fans and other social media personalities. Catherine in particular seemed to become acquainted along the way of their YouTube journey with well-known celebrities such as Kylie Jenner and Aubrey Graham, although keeping it real, it's totally possible she knew them before as well. Anyways, moving in these types of circles can be both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, the amount of networking, opportunities, and visibility you can gain from working with other celebrities can be career changing and can really help you propel your personal empire further. On the flip side, however, there of course exists the pressure to fit in and maintain a level of lifestyle that is expected of people who reach this type of status. It is here where we get to the interesting discussion of the Ace family and their financial decisions right around the peak of their notoriety in 2019.
Is what? 4.5 mil. Your net worth. Is that true or false? The internet says 4.5.
The internet says 4.5.
I Googled your name. It was one of the first things that came up. You know, everyone wants to know like YouTuber's net worth. And
Let's just say it's not even a mil. Yeah. So I'm trying to get to 4.5. Okay, just put it that way. That's a goal.
That's the right answer.
He's a humble family
That's a
man.
goal. That's a
I
goal.
just don't believe you.
Hey,
Oh man, you gotta love the tongue-in-cheek comment there from Austin McBroom, because I can assure you they were making quite a lot of money at this point. According to Social Blade, the Ace family amassed 191 million views in December 2018, and even being extremely conservative with their merch sales, any sponsorships, some affiliates, they had to be easily clearing $1 million in monthly earnings, and that honestly could have been reached simply from their ad revenue alone. So yeah, they're balling. As we all know with YouTube money though, your earnings are never going to match month to month, and they can be volatile depending on a multitude of factors. But why not? Let's have a little fun and try to guesstimate Ace Family's YouTube revenue in 2018. Oh, you know what guys, remember this is just a projection. Although Social Blade only gives us data going back 3 years, it's not too hard to make a reasonable assumption on their average monthly views in 2018, which we're going to assume was about 120 million views per month. If we also assume an $8 CPM, you're looking at about $528,000 a month in YouTube revenue. Yearly, that comes out to just around $6.3 million. But wait, there's more. We still have to account for merch sales and sponsorships. To find an estimate for merch, all I did was take the average amount of monthly unique viewers, which is total monthly viewers divided by the number of days in the month, and multiplied that by a reasonable conversion rate of one-time buyers, which I consider to be about 1.5% of viewers at the peak of their hype. Using an average selling point of $40 per customer, Ace Family merch revenues project to be about $2.4 million for 2018, with $1.5 million being profit. And while the Ace Family didn't look to have too many sponsorships outside of their personal products, across all their social media platforms, I roughly estimated another $100K a month in sponsorships, affiliate sales, and course sales. Combining all these revenue sources together, and the Ace Family probably made somewhere just under $10 million in 2018. Just another friendly reminder guys, keep in mind these are projections. I do think this is on the conservative side though, and think it's quite possible they cleared 8 figures with ease. Well, goddamn, talk about a wildly successful venture for the Ace Family. I want you guys to consider for a second the mindset of someone who went and earned this amount of YouTube money after just 2 years. Your confidence and belief to accomplish anything you put your mind to is at an all-time high, and since you're relatively new to the YouTube platform, you think your apex is probably yet to come. The reason I point this out is because this type of thinking can lead you to make financial decisions with elevated levels of projected income in your head in the future. Unfortunately, this is what I think might have happened with the Ace Family, and my first piece of evidence is a purchase they made that looks to be haunting them to this very day.
Oh, hello there. You guys are a bit early. Good thing we're expecting you guys. Ace Family, we also made you guys some delicious fresh cookies.
In September 2019, the Ace Family uploaded a video where they unveiled their newest home to their huge audience. Having combined 2 properties to create a mega mansion, the hour-plus home tour gave us an inside look on what making it looks like. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm sure for a lot of people, the video was unbelievably inspiring to go out and conquer their goals like the Ace Family had. But for me personally, when I saw the video, I got immediate flashbacks that I had seen this movie before. No, literally, like an actual movie. You know that movie where the protagonists of the film come into money extremely quickly after either being poor or middle class, and of course instantly make impulsive purchases to flaunt their wealth upon others? So many examples to count. American Gangster, Blow, Boogie Nights, Goodfellas, Wolf of Wall Street, Scarface, Wall Street, so many more. In all of these movies, the first thing every character does is fall into lifestyle inflation trap and buy luxurious tangible goods that are way above their means. What's even worse is that without fail, they put their capital in terrible investments that will not deliver cash flows or appreciation. Things like fancy cars, yachts, expensive furniture, and homes that are overly unique that it'll take a specific buyer to get it off the market. So yeah, even though we can applaud the Ace Family's remarkable income in 2018, the fact they immediately followed this character arc to a T like they were in a Hollywood movie is disappointing but not not totally shocking. Life-changing advice does not have to be remarkable advice. When you start making money, do not start aggressively putting your money into things that aren't going to make you money. Because just when you think the party is getting started on the rest of your life and business is going to boom forever, you get hit with a dose of reality that things might not be as certain as they seem. But get it while you're here, because all that hype don't feel the same next year. In the case of the Ace family, the hype that surrounded their channel in 2018 and early 2019 has quietly decayed significantly over the last couple of years. Lesson number 2, never expect your gravy train to last forever and prepare accordingly. Although the Ace family remains one of the bigger family channels on YouTube, the months of 100 million plus views are long over, and having built a quick Excel model estimating their earnings between 2018 through 2021, I am a bit surprised at how much their declining audience has dramatically impacted their revenue. Take a look at this. They went from 120 million average monthly views in 2018 to 84 million average monthly views in 2019, then 66 million average monthly views in 2020, and so far in 2021, they're all the way down to 26 million average monthly views. In the last month of August, they only hit 19 million views. Compared to their peak of 192 million monthly viewers, that represents an overall decline of 90% of viewers. Wow. Even with giving them a CPM bump of $10 for this year to account for rising ad rates across Google, this estimates their total earnings from YouTube in 2021 to be about $2 million, a far cry from the $9.3 million in 2018. Now, I know there's some people that might say, well, Kobe, who cares? They made a little less $1 million. Big deal. There's so many bigger problems in the world. And my answer to that is, dude, you're totally right. This is not that important, but I'm making a video about it anyways. All jokes aside, when you've made major purchases, mortgage, and other lifestyle upgrades on the basis of your YouTube income, things can get dire pretty quickly from a financial perspective. Yet one thing you can never count out from the Ace family is their undeniable hustle and entrepreneurial spirit. I know this statement might catch me a little flack because the Ace family is no stranger to controversy with all their different ventures, but I truly do respect both Austin and Catherine's fearlessness when it comes to diving into different businesses and trying new things. They are definitely go-getters, and there is nothing wrong with failing fast. However, when you have a very large audience with a lot of haters, your losses are going to be celebrated as much as your wins. Whatever. Personally, I see nothing wrong with starting a juice brand, a skincare brand, a Patreon. These are all fair game. The true problem with the Ace family, and in particular Austin McBroom, is he does not have much regard for business ethics and has proven time and time again to dive headfirst into sloppy get-rich-quick schemes at the expense of his supporters and followers. Obviously, I won't cover everything here, but if you're interested, there are a laundry list of videos detailing his shady dealings with business partners as well as predatory business practices. When you move this quickly, you can fail fast, yet you also risk damaging your brand and credibility. Remember though, with their YouTube business down 80%, perhaps from Austin's mindset, you need to find any way to sustain your lifestyle and your general income momentum, so you begin to consider riskier and riskier entrepreneurial ventures. And just a few short months ago, Austin took on what was easily the worst business decision of his career.
I actually talked to producers yesterday, and we're making it to where it's his terms. He's getting his $5 million guaranteed.
$5 million?
$5 million. I know I probably shouldn't be saying some of this shit, but I'm just gonna say.
But like legit. It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
Okay, this truly should be its own video for its ridiculousness. As Jake Paul and Logan Paul made the transition from YouTube to the boxing world with great success, Austin decided he wanted to get in on the action and announced he was putting on his own boxing event, Social Gloves, TikTokers vs YouTubers. In grandiose fashion, he successfully got prominent influencers from both social media platforms to fight on the undercard, for which he would fight Bryce Hall on the main event in Miami for a pay-per-view price of $50. He then secured live streaming group LiveX Live to handle the rollout, and even was able to attain multi-million-dollar investments from NBA superstar James Harden and rapper Lil Baby. All this alone was an extraordinary feat and something to applaud, but Austin got overly cocky with how well the event would perform. Having promised millions of dollars to the influencer fighters and a healthy ROI to his investors, McBroom was convinced Social Gloves would bring in as much as 2 million pay-per-view buys or $100 million in gross revenue. Just to be clear, there have only been 6 pay-per-views in history that have done $100 million in gross revenue. We're talking Mayweather, we're talking Pacquiao, we're talking Mike Tyson. A little different from Austin McBroom, someone who had never even fought before this fight. Once Austin returned from La La Land, he was rudely met with the fact the pay-per-view only did $135K in sales, generating $6.5 million in revenue and missing expectations across the board. What later came out from LiveX Live was that Austin refused to put forth much expenses as it pertains to marketing, which makes a lot of sense considering the YouTube well was drying up and he needed to find a way to cut costs as much as possible. And with a fraction of revenue recouped as what was expected against total expenses reported to be near $20 million, there was simply not enough money to pay out fighters, and what ensued after was several lawsuits suing McBroom's Social Gloves for failure of payment for what many influencers took several months to prepare for. Instead of taking responsibility for his failures, McBroom doubled down and filed a lawsuit against LiveX Live, claiming they were holding the money and fraudulently withholding the true pay-per-view numbers. LiveX Live responded promptly, countersuing McBroom for, get this, $100 million in damages and accusing him of defamation and fraud. I can't understate how ugly a situation this is for Austin and the Ace family, because not only is he under tremendous fire from multiple business partners, the legal fees he must be incurring to fight these lawsuits is not going to be cheap, and if he wants any decent representation, he has no choice but to pay up. And just when you think it couldn't get any worse, we find out even more about their worsening financial situation. Remember that mortgage we talked about earlier on that massive property the Ace family moved into 2 years ago? Well, according to public documents, it turns out their mansion is about to be sold in auction in very short order, as Austin and Catherine have yet to make a dent in their loan balance, which has ballooned to $9.3 million. Guys, in all my time watching YouTube creators, I have never seen such a dramatic rise and fall of financial well-being in such a short time span like we're seeing with the Ace family. Although they surely paint a different story on their Instagram and YouTube pages, it's impossible to ignore the evidence that clearly shows a financial picture where they might be near the brink of bankruptcy. With more and more stories coming out about them evading paying small businesses a few $1,000s, I'm starting to think this is the case. What's crazy to think is if they manage their money just decently responsibly, they could comfortably be sitting on a net worth of $20 million. Easily. Instead, they may have a net worth closer to a fresh college graduate with student debt to their name. What an unbelievable story this is that shows you the dangers of making an obscene amount of YouTube money too quickly with no decisive plan on how to manage it. Anyways guys, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed. Again, this is not to slam dunk on the Ace family. We shouldn't be going ha 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 like you lost your money. This is sad stuff and something that could have easily been avoided. I do hope that they're able to get back on their feet and get back to financial health. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What is your biggest takeaway from the Ace family in this entire situation? Would love to hear from all of you guys. With that said, I hope you guys have a beautiful day or night. Whatever time it is you're watching this, it's your boy Kobe. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.